Hello, today we're going to go over the water tames for soaking. Alright, now these guys can get fairly tanky, but what makes them great is the platform saddle and the ability to build on them. So you can kind of do some interesting builds that let you rush in and destroy turrets and things like that. So we're going to go and just see how well they soak though. Okay, so you can see the plesiosaur is taking 265 damage, just like most other soakers. Big tanky dinos do, but one of the benefits of him is he's one of the few water tames you won't get shot off the back of if you build correctly. Alright, well let's see how well he does against the tech turrets. If you haven't seen the previous videos, make sure to check them out. We got some of the best soakers in the game, which are mostly going to be land soakers, and then we have the oddball soakers, which can be interesting and have some PvP benefits as well. And then we got these water tame soakers. Of course, we're going to be doing a, well, there we go, with a tech turret we take 375 damage. And of course we're going to be doing Titans, showing you how well they can soak, and one of the kind of the reasons of using them are, and if you look at that, as you move, just like with other dinosaurs, as you move around you can take slightly less damage from the tech turrets, so you can get some 98 damage there if it's hitting you in the legs. So keep that in mind. If it's just a tech base, swimming around might, you know, back and forth might benefit you, and you'll soak more bullets that way. Next up, we're going to test the Basilosaurus. This guy is supposed to be the king of underwater soaking. Of course, the trick with him is, you know, most turrets underwater, you're going to have a lot of player-only turrets. So you're going to shoot you off the back of these. You need to stick his head in a wall if you can't get above the turrets. If you can get above the turrets, it doesn't matter. He can't hit you, right? But if they're in a cave or something, you need to stick your body in a wall so they can't hit you, and then just kind of slide them sideways or whatever until you can get shot by the turrets. But let's see how well the Basilosaur actually soaks. 265 again. So the Basilosaur doesn't get any damage reduction from against heavies. So what does he against techs? Let's find out. Now, the good thing about the Basilosaurus is they do get a lot of health. You can breed them for a lot of health and mutate them pretty quickly. Alright, so we're going to test them against tech here. So they take about 375, and of course I almost died there. The tech's kind of splashed and hit me, but yeah, they take 375, so nothing special there against tech turrets. Of course, looks like if it shoots you in the tail while you're swimming past, you'll take less damage, so it might be good to strafe tech turrets as well. Seems to be the strategy with tech turrets, pretty much strafe them, because a lot of times tech turrets will just simply miss as well. Unlike heavies, they're not an instant hit. Even heavies will miss from time to time, but I think that's just more of a random chance. Next up, we're going to test the Dunkleosteus. These guys have a hard head, so we're going to find out just how hard it is. And of course, just like with Basilosaurus, you can get shot off with players only. So you got to get your head right at the turrets. If you sit in the body, you should take more damage. The head should take less. For some reason, the turret's not targeting. Go, 91 damage. You take the shots in the head. Now if we turn to the side and take it in the body. So the hard-headed myth. It's just that. It doesn't really matter. Dunkleo's going to take 91 no matter where it gets hit. Alright, so there we go. Or maybe I wasn't getting in the head. Maybe we'll take even more reduced damage from the head. But as we've seen, if they take reduced damage, if they don't take reduced damage, it should be 265. So if I go down here, yeah, and no matter how I swim at the turret, yeah, I take 91 damage, so the Dunkleo just gets reduced damage, period. Well, that's good to know, because, you know, all the dossiers and a lot of players will make you think it's only in the head because you got the hard head. But maybe so for tech turrets, so we'll give that a shot next. Of course, you want a video over how to use some of these PvP dinos for more than just soaking and get battle tactics and stuff. We can definitely make some videos on that. Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe for future soaking videos. Alright, so as we can see, the tech turret is dealing 495 damage. So these guys take extra damage from the tech turret, just like the golem and the Carcinos. So very similar concept. And of course, if we get shot in the body, you can take 33 damage, depending on where you get hit. So again, with a tech turret with this guy, you'd want to strafe. We definitely just don't want to use Cleo on tech turrets if you can keep from it. Alright, so this is the golem of the sea. Alright, next soaker up is the mighty Tusoteuthis. This guy is great PvP dino. Lots of ways to use them. Can be super tanky. So let's test out how well they soak. Right, now one thing with these guys is the players only turrets will not necessarily shoot you off of the tuso, because their hitbox kind of goes around you more than you think. Tech turrets may still be able to splash you off, but they won't necessarily directly hit your player. But as you can see, we're taking 265 damage from the heavies, just like all the other dinos. So the only thing that makes these great as soaking is the well, one is you're less likely to get shot off players only turrets. I think it can still happen from certain angles, but it's still less likely. And of course, being tanky, extremely tanky, these guys have naturally a lot of hit points. So every time you level up, they get quite a nice little chunk of HP. So it makes them great for soaking, just because they have a lot of hit points. But as you see, there wasn't any damage reduction. Now against tech turrets, we're about to find out. Whoa! Okay, so as we can see with tech turrets, we take 375 damage from them, just like a lot of the other normal soakers. But if we can get the shots to hit us in the appendages as we swim past it, you know, it only deals 98, just like the other ones. So, well, pretty much the same concept as most other soakers here. They're just tanky. That's what the advantage the tuso has. The other advantage, of course, is they're great at PvP. You can grab dinos, players, other things like that. You can actually carry soakers right up, you know, carry stegos or whatever underwater and push them right up against some of these turrets. Next up is the mighty Megachelon. They're supposed to have reduced damage from getting shot in the shell, so let's find out. We'll start above the turret, and of course, if you know how to build on them, like you can't technically build where the driver is, but if you know how to build on them, you can get a box around the driver, so the driver doesn't get shot off, which makes them great for underwater soaking. Now, of course, these guys can be used on land too, but there aren't that many water tames, so we're saving them for here because they have some great benefits when underwater with them. Alright, so you can see we're taking 324 damage from underneath, from 649 depending on where we get hit. So if we get hit in the belly, we take reduced damage. If we don't, we take more damage. We get hit in the legs. So anywhere we have a soft part of our body, we take more damage. Well, let's try getting shot directly in the shell. Alright, so now if we get shot in the shell, ooh, we take 649 damage. He must be getting shot in the head. Turn around so it won't shoot us in the head. There we go. Yeah, if we get shot in the shell, we take 324 damage. So while they do take reduced damage to the shell and belly from turrets, they still take more than most soakers. So that makes them not as good as soaking, even though they do get a lot of base hit points, right? Level up hit points and everything. So, I mean, just having a lot of hit points is why I guess you can say they're good at soaking, but as you can see, they take more damage than most other dinos that are in the soaking class. Well, let's see what their damage is with tech turrets. Alright, and so tech turrets deal, it's still small, it's hard to see, but it looks like 300, maybe 225, 225, 300, somewhere in, yeah, 208, depending on where we're getting hit, 225 getting the shell. So it still takes quite a bit of damage from tech turrets compared to other tames. And let's see if we get shot in the head here. Shoot us in the head, yeah, 416 if we get hit anywhere but the shell. So yeah, it definitely takes some extra, damage from tech turrets as well. So the Megachelon is tanky, but not necessarily a great soaker. There's no damage reduction there, and if anything, it's a damage increase compared to the other dinos. Well, where it's strongest at is its air pocket. Tames and players can breathe while around the turtle's back. So you can put this guy really close to an enemy turret, and then use land soakers to swim around and just come back and get air. So as an example, you can see how the stego has the oxygen up there in the top right. See how it's not going down while I'm on the back of this guy. So I can bring the stego back and forth and get oxygen from this while I go soak over there. So we can get the the turtle as close to the turrets as possible, and then swim the rest of the way with the stego. And then of course come back and get air. We could even, have stegos just swimming on the back. Have a Megachelon swim right up to the turrets with stegos on the back of the Megachelon. It could be a great way for getting into a base. But we're not going to go super into the tactics in this. This is just about how well do dinos soak. Right, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.